Good afternoon. This is Mayor Robert Sullivan, and I'm proud to open up the Board of Health meeting for June 8th, it being time for 4:11, I believe, is the standard time. Again, I'm not a member of the Board of Health, but I will read into the record because we're doing it a Zoom meeting. Again, due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and state of emergency, on March 12th, 2020, Governor Baker issued an executive order temporarily suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, which is Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20. Pursuant to the order, public bodies are temporarily relieved from the open meeting law's requirement that meetings be held in public places, open and physically accessible to the public, so long as measures are taken to ensure public access to the body's deliberation through adequate alternative means. This Board of Health meeting will be held and will be accessible to the public via Brockton Community Access, Comcast Channel 12, and also this is being taped live on YouTube, and the public can access this meeting via the following link: www.youtube.com/TheBrocktonChannels. Again, today's Board of Health meeting actually has Dr. Mary Brophy, Dr. Craig Andrade, Mr. George Fisk, the third member of the Board of Health, was unable to join us. We do have a lawful quorum, and Linda Cahill, the health officer for the Board of Health, the city of Brockton, is on as well. So I'll open it up to Dr. Brophy and Dr. Andrade.
Great. Well, thank you. We'll call the meeting to order. And I guess the agenda item today is the discussion of the executive health officer for the city of Brockton, and plans moving forward for filling that position with Linda now acting in an acting role. So, Mayor, and Linda, I guess to start, why don't we just have a little, before going into that discussion, a little bit of information about what's going on with the COVID infection in the city at this time.
Sure. So this is Linda Cahill speaking. So we've been actively doing contact tracing with the Board of Health in conjunction with our partners in health, help from the state, on following our cases in Brockton. I'll give you the counts as of 12 noon today. So at 12 noon, we had current cases, we have 1,053. Cumulative from the beginning is 4,123, and deaths are 244. And our thoughts and prayers are with the families that have departed. We're trying to get the resources out to the families in need. It's been quite a challenge getting food to families and getting financial assistance. So that's been a challenge to identifying needs within the community. But we're working really hard in conjunction with our community partners. And this has been going on. I think are we on the 12th week or the 13th week of this pandemic? So we're working very hard here at the Board of Health.
Dr. Brophy, yep. I just wanted to share, if I could, to Dr. Brophy and Dr. Andrade. Of course, John McGarry had been filling in, and he stepped aside. And I'm just so thankful for Linda. There wasn't any steps back in any negative way. It was really surging ahead. Linda is on many calls with me. Just today, we had a call with, believe it or not, the Little Leagues and the sports groups here in Brockton. We have to look at that. She's on standing 3 calls a week with all the health hospitals, which is Good Sam, of course, Brockton Neighborhood Health Center, and Signature Brockton Hospital. That's Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. We have a standing 1045 call every single day. It's Linda, it's Steve Hook from BEMA, and Dr. Rick Herman, MD, who's my medical consultant, pandemic expert. So Linda's been invaluable. I want to just thank the Brockton Public Schools for, in essence, loaning her services. The Brockton Public School nurses stepped up. Of course, we only have one health nurse, Evelyn LeBron. And I want to personally thank the 2 of you and also Mr. Fisk, because you dropped everything when we needed to have emergency meetings to make sure that we had the right person there, medically trained. Linda has been, an RN. She's a doctor. She has a doctorate as well in nursing and a master's in nursing. She's just a great person, but she's medically trained, and she's really the right person for the job. And she's also multitasking, right? There's a lot of people that are direct reports to her now as well. So the reason that I think we needed to now come together is eventually she'll be going back to the school side. We know that schools are going to open in some capacity in September, and Linda needs to go back sometime in August. So I was hopeful that I could get permission as mayor from the Board of Health to post a job in a timely manner so that we could start vetting out candidates that might want to come in permanently and take over the position. So again, we have no wrinkles. So really that's the purpose, and that's my hope.
Let me just say after that, Mr. Mayor, Linda, you may be aware, and Dr. Brophy, I think you know, I have worked with Linda in all kinds of capacities, and we couldn't be more fortunate to have her here. She comes with great expertise and strong seasoning. She's a leader in school health, not just in Brockton, but across the state and beyond. And so I'm so grateful for her being willing to step up. And I know that she's been juggling all kinds of things. Thank goodness that she is willing to step forward in the midst of this void. And we recognize she's dedicated to the school and want to be sure that she can get back there in a timely way and finding ways to set this position up for success. Can you say a little bit about the posting?
So we've been looking at, I know that we've been working with Human Resources and getting a job description. So I've reached out to other boards of health to start compiling a job description that would be, suitable for our city, and just to see what other folks are doing in other boards of health as far as the director of the boards of health, to make sure that we have the best job description possible for the next person that's going to be sitting in this seat.
Was Amy able to give you the job descriptions that I and others had put forth that were just
Yes.
examples from
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
similar cities like New Bedford and stuff? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. And Mayor, can you say anything? Is there any change in what is the salary that we're offering? And does it still continue to have the residency rule?
Yeah, it is residency required. If we found the right candidate, there's always the 1 year leeway to excuse me, to move into the city. And we could also go before the council for a waiver. No guarantee on that, quite honestly.
Sure.
Yeah, and this is Mary Brophy, Dr. Brophy. Just also want to thank Linda and John McGarry for really stepping up during this time frame, because both of you came in with the pandemic going on, and really on the fly had to take over this job and really learn the ropes in an environment where things are changing daily. So really, thank you very much. And they will continue to change daily over the next and weekly as we get through this new environment that we live in. So, Linda, I know that we had a number of positions available, and also sort of a summary of sort of positions that I think the board had put forth of things that align with the blueprints for excellence that's being put forth by the state for for boards of health and for folks that, for positions and the requirements moving forward, and sort of, improving the boards of health capabilities and sort of a plan towards moving towards a state of excellence across the state. So a stepwise improvement in public health within the state that's been a charge. And I think some cities did some pilot work in that, Worcester being one of them. And so there is a summary statement there that we had sort of put together as a compilation of some of the features, along with those position descriptions that Craig had provided to the board. And so, those are available for you. And if you need any help with those, we'd certainly be able to help you with the PD.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for all your help. It's much appreciated.
One thing I wanted
remind
to
me of
also,
what the salary is again, Mr. Mayor?
we haven't contemplated the bump up at this time, Craig. We're trying to work on budgeting right now.
Sure.
I will tell you though, I'm strongly advocating that we need to have at least a few more health nurses for Brockton. To only have one with the size and magnitude is just, it's outdated, is antiquated. So, because of the wake up call with COVID-19, I'm not saying we were ill prepared. I just think we need to have more tools in the toolbox to help us move forward. So,
Absolutely.
again, we have some ability to make some changes. But also, unfortunately, our hands are tied a little bit financially because of the fact that we're not getting any Chapter 70 or 90 funds yet from the Commonwealth. So we're trying to figure out best practices, but know that I am advocating for some increased funding that's going to make the Board of Health and also the health officers position more streamlined, more professional, and also more people. We need more bodies.
When you settle on that, I mainly ask because I want to continue to scout for good candidates, and I need to be able to be frank with them and say, there may be a residency rule. Here's what we think the salary could be, or here's the floor, here's the ceiling, and then if it's okay, be frank and say there is a residency rule, but if we find a good candidate, we may be able to get a waiver, or we may be able to find ways to support someone coming into Brockton. I want to do all I can to make sure we can get the best candidate. But that when we settle on all these things, if you could share that information with me and Mary and George, that will be helpful.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a collaboration approach. And again, I know the council, ultimately it's their call on a waiver. They've been really great to work with thus far. I don't anticipate any wrinkles, but again, I'm happy to do that. The more information we can share to attract potential candidates, we definitely want the right fit. We've had two wonderful people filling in, and Amy was great as well. But I think now we need to turn the page and get someone long-term. So happy to do that, Doctor. Thank you.
And the good news is worth saying out loud for Mary and you, Linda, with there are some silver linings with COVID. The fact that the Department of Public Health is working hand in glove with all municipalities, there's an ability to understand who's out there across the state and where there may be some resources that might be interested in this kind of a position. And while I've just, now the first week I've left the department now, working as a dean at BU in the School of Public Health, I stay connected to them, and I can continue to kind of put feelers out in the department and in the people in the department that are working across the state and all the public health departments.
And I would reiterate that Craig, you're right. This is a good time to be looking for good qualified candidates right now. So, and with your inroads in public health and availability, we have a good opportunity right now to find a great candidate for the city.
I can look at Masters of Public Health graduates that have just graduated. I have access to all those kinds of things. So I'll do my best to kind of keep my head on swivel to be looking all around.
Right.
Hey, Dr. Andrade, I want to congratulate you. I didn't know the good news about BU. I'm a BC guy. I'm not a Terrier. I'm an Eagle. But my dad was both. So congratulations and well deserved.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations, Greg.
Yes, congratulations.
So I think I would need a formal vote from the two board members that are here authorizing that we could move forward, do the posting. We'll get some more information to both of you, all three of you, in terms of where we're going to be. But as long as we can kind of get the ball in motion, that would really help our cause.
I put in a motion to allow for the posting of the position, knowing that we'll get new information as to how it plays out when it comes to the salary and the larger posting.
And I second the motion. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries.
So just for the record, because we're doing the Zoom, motion was made by Dr. Andrade, seconded by Dr. Brophy. The vote was Dr. Andrade, Dr. Brophy in the positive. It was confirmed and it's passed. So That's just for the record. So any other businesses coming before the Board of Health today? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second that motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made, properly
Thank you,
seconded.
everyone.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It was unanimous. I want to again thank Linda for everything you're doing, Linda. I appreciate it. I'll look for the update so I can get it to the council and to the state delegation. Thank you again, Dr. Andre. Thank you, Dr. Brophy. Have a good day and stay safe.
You too. Take
All
care.
right, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.